everyone, in this video we are going to talk about type aliases in TypeScript. What is a type aliases? In TypeScript, type aliases are used for assigning names to the type that are used again and again. Okay, type aliases are defined using the type keyword followed by the new name or the alias name we want to give to that specific type, and then equal sign, and then the type that we want to alias here. Okay, so to have a better understanding of type aliases or what we just said over here, let's dive into our code and understand type aliases. So now we are going to learn about type aliases using the difference between a union type and the actual type alias. So we all know how do we write union type. We use let first union id. Now this can either be string or it can be number, or it can also be null, or it can even be undefined, right? So let's initialize first union id down here to 2. Okay, so this is basically how we write union type in TypeScript. Now same example we can use for writing out type aliases. Okay, so how are type aliases written? Recall some few seconds back. Okay, we just saw that how they are defined using the type keyword followed by the new name or the alias name. So here we are saying that new name is user. This new name we are giving to that specific type that we are going to type now. Okay, so type user and then equal sign, and then we have to type the actual or the specific type. So this user can either be string, can be null, can be number, or it can also be undefined. Okay, when TypeScript will see this, it will assume that this user is aliased to union type, but this is not the actual union type. But when TypeScript will see this, it will understand or it will assume that this user is aliased to union type because of this type keyword. Okay, so let's say now let first user id has a type of a user. Okay, by this we mean that this first user id has a type of a user, and user is a union type. We declared it over here, right? And we will initialize first user id equals 2. Okay, these both are doing the same thing, but type aliases are not used just for this. Type aliases are used when things get more complex, when we start using function, when we start using objects, arrays. Okay, that time type aliases are used to name a specific type. Okay, so let me tell you why exactly do we use type alias. Now let's assume that we have many union IDs here. Okay, this is just the first union ID. What if we have 4 union IDs? Okay, so let's rename this, otherwise it's giving us the red line. And let's say this is the 4th union ID, this is 3rd union ID, and this is 2nd union ID. Now look at this example. We have 4 different variables and those have the same type, that is it has union type. These all 4 different variables can either be string, number, null, or undefined, right? So what we did here is we just repeated the same thing over and over again. What if we have thousands of union ID? It would be really very frustrating to write it again and again. So to our rescue, we have type aliases. One time we declare that we have a user type which is a union type, and then we can just do it like this: let second user ID be the type of user, and this second user ID is a union type because here TypeScript alias user to union type. Okay, let's say let third user ID be the type of user. Okay, so you see the difference between this code and this code. This code is much more readable and maintainable than this upper one. We do not have to declare string number null undefined over and over again. We can just define it or declare it one time over here using the type keyword, and then you just have to use different variables and say that it has a type of a user. You don't have to copy all of this and type over and over again. So this is why type aliases are used. Okay, so now let's understand type alias with the help of an object type. Okay, so how we can declare type alias? Now you should know it. We use the type keyword and then the new name which we want to give to that specific type. Here let's say it's person, and then equal sign, and then the type that we want to alias. Now here we are using an object type, so curly braces. Now in this we have three properties such as name, it has a type of a string, and then we have age, it has a type of a number, and then we have email, it is also the type of a string. Okay, so what we did here is we declared a person, and when TypeScript saw this, it assumed that person is of type object, in which we have three properties such as name, age, and email, which has a type of a string, number, and string respectively. Okay, so now let's declare const person 1 has a type of a person. That means what we are saying here is person 1 is of type person, and then equal sign, and it is an object. Okay, and then we have three properties such as name, age, and email, so we will initialize these three properties down here. We'll say name is John. Okay, and then age is 21, and then email is john@gmail.com. Okay, now let's look at this in console. So let's say console.log, and let's look at person 1. This will give us this full object. Okay, and in terminal we are already in test folder in which we have JavaScript file, and then let's run the command tsc and then node index, and you see we got the full object with three properties such as name, age, and email. Okay, now what if we have another person? We can just copy this and initialize that down here, that we have person 2, which is a type of a person, and person is a type of an object, right? And then person 2 name is Maria, and age 21, let's leave it over here, and then Gmail is maria@gmail.com. Now if we want to look at person 2 name, we can do it using dot notation. We can say person 2 dot name and save this, and in terminal let's run a command tsc and node index. You see we got Maria. Okay, so we just have to say that person is a type of an object, and then we can declare as many person we want. With this we are saying that we have person 1 which has a type of a person, and person is alias to object type, right? So this is how type aliases are used in TypeScript. So I hope you understood what are type aliases and how do we use this and why there is a need to use type aliases. And if you have any query regarding this, you can ask me in the comment section below. I'll try to resolve it. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.